Skip, did Westbrook take the MVP lead last night?
Joy, Shannon.
Yep.
After what I witnessed last night, especially in the last 2 minutes of that game, Russell Westbrook is running away with the MVP. I'm going to say this again for about the 12th time on this show. In all my years of watching and covering the NBA, I have never, ever seen anything like what Russell Westbrook continues to do night after night after night for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, by the way, are the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA, and you shouldn't be able to be 35 and 25 with the worst three-point shooting team, and that's what they are right now, as they have crept up on that 4 seed that I keep telling you they are going to win before this is all over, that coveted 4 seed. Last night, Russell Westbrook went beyond the beyond. He took it up to even another level. He was playing against the team they are chasing in that 4 slot, the Utah Jazz, the #1 defensive team in the league. I believe you made an offhand comment about Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower. Was he going to, like, do this to Russell Westbrook, like lock him up? Right? Isn't that what you said? And you know what? You had a point. But you had a point, because that's what he does to that's what they do to everybody. And Russell Westbrook led Oklahoma City against a team that allows 95 points a game to 109 points in regulation, against a team that is #2 in fewest fast break points allowed, 10.8 a game. Russell Westbrook led Oklahoma City to 22 fast break points. Russell Westbrook last night scored 12 points in the last 2 minutes. And I'm going to remind you.
Scored the only points.
The only points. But Joe Johnson hit a jump shot that put Utah up 4 with 48 seconds left in Oklahoma City. And I sat back and said, man, this is going to be tough. And what did Russ do? He went right down and hit a cold-blooded three-point shot. And he isn't the best three-point shooter, but when the money's on the table, bottom. Then we go to the other end. Gordon Hayward missed a 3, and guess who got the rebound? Russell Westbrook. And guess who wanted to call timeout? Billy Donovan stood up to call timeout. And Billy said after the game, I thought better, because I realized Russ was on the move up the floor. And he kept coming and coming and coming. And he went all the way to the bucket and one on George Hill. It was a close call, but George just didn't get his feet set, because you can't get your feet set against this whirling dervish that is Russell Westbrook. And boom, that was it. That just changed the game. That was an and one, a three-point play. And I'm going to remind you, Russell Westbrook did that last night without his sidekick. There was no Victor Oladipo, who was out with back spasms. And I'm going to remind you that Russell Westbrook, just back on January 23rd, he beat this same Utah team at Utah with a last-second jump shot. What more do you want? This is MVP, MVP, MVP. Last night, Westbrook rises, Durant fell. That's the way it came across by the end of the night.
Man got hurt. Man played
a
couple of minutes, Skip. Skip, I believe he did. He surged back into the lead, but I believe this MVP race will go back and forth.
But you're going to actually give him this one night?
Yeah.
Wow. Shannon Sharpe.
If he can get, now, I've said all along that I felt maybe if he got really, really good and they, players played really well around him, he could get to the 6th seed. But right now, I'm going to hold firm. I say they're going to finish in the 7th slot. But, Skip, what I saw last night, and I don't want to take anything away from what Russell did, 43, 11, 11, it speaks for himself. But Utah, you're not going to make anybody else attempt a shot? You're not going to even attempt to trap him and get the ball out of his hands?
You can't. He's untrappable.
Can is the inability to do something. You have the ability to do it.
Everybody tries to trap him. Who else is stopping?
No, Skip. You don't junk your defense at the beginning of the game to try to take the ball out of his hand. But in this situation, when you're up, say 3 points or 4 points with you, take the ball out of his hands. Skip, he wasn't even looking for anybody else. It got to the point that Adams was setting the screen, and then they came with double screens to let you know, all we got is screeners. It's Russell, it's 1 on 5. Okay, what y'all gonna do about it?
But remember, the turning point is the cold-blooded 3 hits, and that's just from the deep wing. He just dribbles over. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna stop that?
What was George Hill thinking?
He's not the best three-point shooter.
George Hill running around out there like he's Wile E. Coyote. Like, what?
George Hill's a good defensive player.
I can't tell.
Well,
he wasn't last night.
Hey, you're up against a force of nature.
Take the ball out of his hand. What would be? Let me ask you a question. Let's go for the defense perspective. What would Coach Belichick always do? he takes the ball away from the best player.
Mm-hmm.
You never say, oh, Coach Belichick can't do that, because you can. You trap him, and if somebody else, if Steven Adams hits a 14-footer or 18-footer to beat you, you live with it. If Sabonis, if Taj Gibson, Robertson, if they hit those shots, Skip, you live with it. If you're going to go to their second and third option, if your second and third option beats me, Skip, I'm going to walk to the center court. Hey, man, that was a heck of a game. Good job. See you down the road. I'm not letting that guy beat me.
This is the best defensive team in basketball, and you're saying they don't have a clue on defense?
What part
I think they got more clues than anybody except San Antonio.
Skip.
You can't stop him.
The guy was white hot. He was not looking to pass the ball.
By the end of the game, he's dribbling between double teams. He's unstoppable. He's unguardable.
Well, look, the way they was watching him the last 2 minutes of the ball game, they should have bought a ticket, because they weren't playing defense, they were just watching. So get up in the stands and watch him do what he does.
So now the Utah Jazz have turned into the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. What were they thinking?
Skip.
Tom Brady. That's what they were thinking.
Now, you would have said the same thing had that been the other way around. Let San Antonio.
It wasn't the other way around.
Why would you not double team him? Why would you not take the ball out of his hands? If your second tier guy beats me, if your third option beats me, Skip, I can't I can't put two people on everybody when I only have 5 on the court. I'm saying I don't want Russell to beat me, especially with the season that he's having. You know, on a given night, in a given moment, he can run off 12, he can run off 20. Because remember, he had 18 in the first quarter. So that lets you know he can get hot in a hurry. But you running around there. And Rudy Gobert, he went to the rack one time on Rudy Gobert. And Skip, in the place that I live, I can't open my bedroom window. Because after I saw him lay that ball up on Gobert that's 7 foot 10 inches tall, I'd have threw my TV out.
Threw it out the window? You shouldn't do that. That'd be a bad idea.
I would have thrown it out the window. Skip, Russell Westbrook is 6'. I'm going to give him 6'3". Rudy Gobert, Skip, he could block out the sun if he raised his hands. And Russ went to the basket on him and laid the ball in. And he
did.
Boy, I said, whoop.
So you're mad at Utah because they made you look bad for doing this about Russell Westbrook, right?
I'm not mad.
It sounds like you're mad.
Animals get mad. Humans get upset. I am disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Humans don't get mad?
No, animals get mad.
I didn't know that.
Humans get upset. I am disappointed.
News to me.
I am disappointed that that Utah refused to trap or double team Russell and take the ball out of his hands. That's what they do. Come playoff times, they do it all the time. If a guy gets hot, they trap him, make him give the ball up. Why would they not make him give the ball up?
Doug McDermott scored 16 last night.
Okay.
All of a sudden, why? They got another weak side shooter.
If Doug McDermott is so good, why did Chicago let him go?
Well, I don't know, because the Thunder stole him. And Taj Gibson.
So now, look, unless he's Boogie Cousins, he was causing problems in Chicago. Maybe he kicked D. Wade's car. Maybe he slapped Jimmy Butler or something. Maybe he said something to Coach.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So they got rid of him for a reason. Now, if he had Boogie Cousins' past or transgressions on the court, I can see. But for all we know, Doug McDermott is a model citizen.
I think he is.
But he's in o.k.c. now.
Yeah,
for a reason.
He had a model 16 last night.
He'd had to have 18 or 20 because Russell was not going to beat me. And they allowed Russell Westbrook to beat him. Utah.
So who's the MVP right now, Shannon Sharpe?
Russell Westbrook.
Thank you.